A woman's hand with a wedding ring rests beside a phone that lights up with a new message. Every marriage is built on trust. Every vow on the promise of honesty. But what happens when lies stop being mistakes and become a lifestyle? He said he was working late, that the meeting ran over, that he just needed some space. And then one missed call, one message not meant for her eyes, and everything falls apart. Tonight, we uncover the story of how one husband's simple lie turned into a double life, and why it happens far more often than you think. And every affair begins not with a meeting, but with an excuse. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance. The tension between wanting to be a good man and doing something that betrays that image. So the first lie appears small, harmless. I'm staying late at work. My phone died. She's just a colleague. At first, lies protect. From awkward talks, from conflict, from shame. But the more someone uses them, the stronger that armor becomes. Our main character, let's call him Andre. 38, a manager at a large company. Married for 12 years, 2 kids. To the world, he's the perfect husband. Gifts on holidays, family trips, smiling photos online, captioned my everything. But behind the facade, there were late-night texts, secret calls, and one meeting he swore was business. Andre met Marina at a business conference. She was bright, attentive, and most importantly, she didn't expect anything from him. At first, it was harmless conversation. Then jokes. Then messages that went too far. He felt alive again, not as a husband or father, but as a man. When marriage turns into routine, an affair feels like escape, and lies become survival tools. I'm not hurting anyone, he told himself, but every I'm on a business trip made his second life stronger. 2 phones, 2 realities. One for the family. One for the fantasy. Lies are like loans. Sooner or later, one evening, his wife Elena noticed something strange. A restaurant charge in their bank statement. A place they'd never been. A small detail. But it planted a seed of doubt. She didn't start a fight. She started watching. And soon, the puzzle completed itself. Inconsistent stories. Unfamiliar perfume. The tiredness that didn't look like work. One night, when he fell asleep, she took his phone. The truth shattered her world in 10 seconds. When lies collapse, both worlds fall apart. For Marina, he was no longer a hero, just another liar. For Elena, he was no longer a husband. Everything he built fell apart because it was built on deception. Psychologists say that double lives slowly consume a person from the inside. Constant tension, fear of exposure, guilt. It all leads to emotional burnout, insomnia, irritability. Andre tried to fix things. But you can fix a mistake. You can't fix a lie. Because lies don't live in words. They live in actions. He tried everything. Couples therapy. Deleted messages. Closed social media. Even a new Reen to start over. But he didn't understand one thing. Elena no longer distrusted him because he cheated. She distrusted him because he lived a second life right beside her. Love doesn't die from betrayal alone. It dies from the loss of reality. No matter how much he tried, every conversation ended with, "Where were you? Why can't I believe you?" Then came justification. The second stage of deception, when guilt turns into blame. You pushed me away. You stopped understanding me. I just wanted to feel wanted again. And so, the lie evolves from defense to habit, and finally, to identity. Today, Double lives aren't rare. They're normalized. Social media, messaging apps, dating sites, all make deception effortless. A 2024 global survey found that 56% of men and 38% of women admitted hiding at least one digital conversation from their partner. More than 30% of divorces now cite emotional infidelity, not physical, but digital. It's a new form of cheating. Quiet, invisible, emotional. Someone can sit right next to you and still be living in another world. Inside messages, likes, just friends. Modern lies don't live in words. They live in silence, in what's left unsaid. Every time someone opens a second account, another story like Andre's begins first. Lies never start with betrayal. They start with self-deception, with the thought, I've got this under control. But in truth, the lies control you. Second, a double life doesn't just destroy relationships, it destroys identity. You can't be two people forever. One of them will die. The question is, which one? Third, true repair begins only with full honesty. Not from fear, but from the desire to become real again. We all make mistakes. But when lying becomes a lifestyle, it's no longer a mistake. It's a choice. If you feel like you're living to realities, stop. Every lie is a debt, and repayment always comes due. Conclusion. 21 o'clock to 22 o'clock takeaways and call to action. Stories like Andre and Elena's happen every day. But if we can understand why, trace the causes, and see the repeating patterns, maybe we can prevent the next one. Protect trust. It's worth more than any truth confessed too late. If this story spoke to you, subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of relationships. Not gossip, not drama, but the reality of how love, lies, and human emotion truly work. Because sometimes, to save love, you just have to stop living a double life. Music fades out. Final frame. Based on real stories. Every secret eventually comes to light.